How's it going, guys? I got a pick here in this Week 13 matchup. We got the Thursday night football as well as this being the Thanksgiving games. If we look at these matchups, we see Packers versus Lions being the first one. We do see Lions being a favorite as it is in Detroit. The spread is set at 3. And then that money line is at minus 157 for them, as well as the Packers money line is set at plus 130. The over and under is at 48 currently. This is an interesting matchup because this is a division rival game. This is going to be definitely a big game that overall is going to determine who's most likely going to be one seed. Yes, we are seeing the Lions at third right now. We are seeing it being Bears, Packers, and then the Lions. So this is definitely a crucial matchup between the two, Packers and Lions, just to get the second seed. And obviously we see the Bears playing Friday. So if the Bears get a loss, then we can see Lions most likely take that one seed or Packers take that one seed. So this is a crucial game for either team to win. This is a division game, so we do expect it to be decently close. As we did see, though, earlier on the season, Packers did beat the Lions 27-13. So that one wasn't the close, even though it was a division game, but that it was in Green Bay as well. So Packers, they are coming off a back-to-back win. The first one was against the Giants, and then that second one was against the Vikings. Obviously, we know that both are struggling teams, not really the best, but they did have a dominant win over the Vikings. But if you see, the Vikings are kind of struggling, I would say. JJ McCarthy kind of really hasn't lived up to expectations, only really playing like 3 games. So they pretty much faced a quarterback that is less experienced than most out there, like literally has less than 3 games played, full games played. So as well as you can't really give them too much credit even over that Giants one, because we see, the Giants are overall doing now. I do think that they gave a tough run to the Lions, obviously, just this last week. But I do think it's because that Jameson Winston had nothing to lose, kind of was going out there, kind of similar to that Packers game, I guess you can compare it to, and, was really going out there and just throwing it and really risking it all. So we do see the Packers having Josh Jacobs back, which I do think this is obviously a huge get back for them, because Josh Jacobs is top 5 running backs in the league. Even if his numbers right now aren't currently showing it, he's definitely top 5. So don't mistake him as that not being a crucial get back for them. So Lions are also coming off a win, which is against the Giants. Like I said, the Giants, I do believe, had nothing to lose, so they really were just airing it out. And they were competing. I mean, the Lions didn't have a lead until overtime, in which they won in overtime because that big win by Jeremiah Gibbs, which led them to that touchdown. So other than that, the whole time the Lions were down against that Giants team at Detroit. So that's definitely something that was interesting, definitely something I didn't expect at all, as they were a minus 13.5 favorite. So definitely sizable favorite. They did still win by 7, but they didn't really match like as if they were a touchdown winning team over these Giants. So how will the Lions defense respond, especially after such a bad outing, especially their secondary? Their secondary really just let Jameis Winston do whatever. I mean, he was airing the ball out 10, 15, 20 yards plus. He really was getting those big plays. Even I seen some broken up plays where they were having short screen type passes to the running back, and then they allowed him to run 30, 40 yards plus. So that's definitely something that's unacceptable in this Lions defense. Something that they're definitely going to want to get back, especially since that they might be a little bit healthy coming into this game for their secondary, because they have been decently banged up. But that is one of the worst that we've seen their secondary look. So I do expect them to want to look better, to perform better, and especially since they are going to be at home for this matchup as well. Their secondary struggles, but just in general, their biggest test is obviously seeing that that Packers have the number 1 third down offense. And I mean, not saying that they're the worst, but they have had their struggles. Like I said, that they let this Giants team, even on 4th and 10, get a big play to overall score a touchdown. And they just, like I said, just let them do whatever they wanted. 3rd and 10, 3rd and long, just let them convert downs like it was nothing. I think they had 15 first downs or something like that. So something that you do not want to see at all. It's just something unacceptable from this Lions defense, especially since a team that is struggling and really does want to prove that they are the top NFC team in the league, and just even in their conference, honestly. The Packers, they are strong overall defense. They do pretty much on the defense, do pretty much the same on the passing as they do the rushing defense. They're pretty much overall well. They're anywhere from top 8 to top 15 in their defense, so they're definitely a good defense. Probably haven't faced, I'd say, the biggest schedule and the most toughest schedule compared to the Lions, but still, just in general, they have had decent numbers and good numbers this year. They did allow Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason last week to both get over 40 yards. So I do think it's interesting to see Montgomery and Gibbs go against this Packers team, since they're a dual running back, and kind of see what they do. Gibbs overall has struggled against this Packers defense. It's probably one of the teams he's underperformed against the most. Seeing that it's a division game, I do think that he knows that he's going to have a big game and really step up like the past few games he has. So that's definitely something that's going to be a big key factor in this game, is if they could get Gibbs going. And then obviously for the Packers, if the Packers could get that rush game stopped, and overall put pressure on Jared Goff, because Jared Goff isn't the best when he's under pressure. I feel like not many quarterbacks are, but specifically him, he definitely does have his struggles. You know, he doesn't really move out the pocket or do anything extravagant like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, but he's just a really, really, really good pocket passer that has a really good completion rate and completes over 70% of his passes. So overall, that's, you know, why they put him in the position he's in. So they will pressure Love, and they will get some hits off of him. And it's a matter of how much times will they pressure him and how many times will they get to him. I feel like it's going to be the big difference maker in this matchup. I do believe if this Lions defense can pressure and get to Packers Jordan Love overall, get a few QB hits, kind of put him, you know, make him really feel that pressure, I do think that that's going to be the biggest thing overall in this matchup, because Love is 30th in QBR rank against the pressure, and you know, he just really hasn't performed that well. I would say they have a decently mixed up between the run and the pass game, the Packers. So it's not like they lean towards the pass game, but I do think they will in this matchup, seeing that the Lions got not necessarily exposed last week, but they definitely got banged up in that secondary aspect. So my pick in this matchup will be that Lions -3. I do think Lions overall are going to get the job done. They did lose to the Packers, so it is a revenge spot at home. Seeing it's a division game, it's going to be a bright light shining on this game. I do think Packers are good on Thursday night footballs and primetime games, but Lions really, really do need this one. And like I said, just to get back and show them that they're the top team in the league. In the NFC, and just the top team in the league overall. So if you guys do like my thoughts and opinions on this games, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Definitely would like to hear your guys' opinions on, you know, these Thursday games, especially since it's a lot of them on this Thursday night. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.